Hey guys, it's RC here, and today I figured I'd give you a Nobushi tutorial. So let's get started. First, she has a combo, which is called Poke the Nest. I completely forgot what it was called there. Where you poke them, and the last one does a bleed damage poke. Now, you have to hit every hit to get bleed damage, so I don't necessarily recommend doing the Poke the Nest combo unless you're 100% sure you're gonna hit all of them. What I recommend when jumping in a fight is instead of dashing forward like that, you dash to the side and do a light. Which, if you dash to the side, it's a lot, like, people don't tend to expect it. Dashing forward, a lot of people expect it, plus it's easy to get. So, don't use Poke the Nest. As for Hiss and Bite, it's a decent move, but I don't use it personally when I'm fighting. And then, I don't use any moves that require two heavies. If it has a bunch of heavies in the mix-up, I do not like it. And this is Slithering Thrust. Unless it's... Oh no, this is Slithering Thrust, but... Next is her Hidden Stance, I think. I don't know. Coiling Slash. Oh yeah, that's just charge at him and press heavy. Yeah, Hidden Stance. So when in Hidden Stance you have multiple possibilities, but you slowly run out of stamina. But your possibilities are instantly follow up with a bleed like that if you can hit the light. Or, whoops, I screwed up. Or immediately follow up with a kick. Jab, jab, jab. But the chances of you actually hitting that kick is fairly rare, and then the chances of you hitting all those bleed combos are also pretty rare. So what I recommend, like that, you know. What are her next ones? Cobra Strike. We already went through that one. Cobra Strike mix-up. Basically, you double guard break a person and then poke them with a poison tip. Viper's Retreat is this and that. But then there's also this, which is where you scoot back a few feet and get a poison jab in, which is what I like to do in the midst of doing these combos and end it like that. Or I go, oh, I screwed it up, like that. That's what I like to do. I don't tend to do it though. And the kick, you do a light, and then you can kick a heavy, and you can kick. It's pretty simple to know. Sidewinder form. This form is ideal. So how it works is the weapon, so depending on which way you dash, so I'm gonna dash to my right, the blade is gonna come out to my left. That's how it works. So what I like to do, Sidewinder form in a mix-up, is occasionally I'll start up with this, that, follow up with a kick, do it again, and follow up like that. And as you can see, I still have stamina left over to make a little escape. Now another thing I start up with, if they have really good defense on my lights, you do a zone, but then fake the last bit of your zone into a kick. Now, this will take a lot more stamina. I mean, a zone takes half your stamina anyways, so you have to be careful of that. So, let me just break it down. Right on the second part of the swing for your zone, you can cancel it. So, you hit them once, cancel the other bit, and then you can follow up with the Sidewinder form. And then, what the frick is that symbol? Swift recoil. No, swift recoil. Oh, yeah. Swift recoil. So, if you were to get hit and you blocked it though, so like, say she did an upwards heavy and I blocked it, you dash back a few feet, which puts distance between your opponent. I recommend using this against Centurion, because Centurion's just that character that likes to get up in your face, so if you can block one of his attacks, you get some distance and mix up the combo a little more. Now just to warn you, after you do a kick and your opponent goes all the way over there, even if you have a sliver stamina, it'll take it all away for some reason, which I don't know why. Now that zone was pretty risky unless I have stamina to feint, which I didn't. Which is why I recommend do a couple lights, then a kick maybe, zone, fake it, bam. They're basically dead already, but you need to keep an eye on that stamina. Your stamina matters. So now let's move on to Raider bot, since there's no deflects or anything, and I don't really need to show you what fights against higher level bots are. I don't know why I did that in my previous how-to play videos. In case you're wondering, I am tired. I just woke up maybe an hour ago and I'm still waking up, because that's me. There we go. So when I block one of his attacks, if I immediately dash after I blocked it, then I'll go back a few feet. Maybe it doesn't work with tanks. But yeah, that was from block damage, so I think they buffed tanks. And you can cancel your opponent's attacks with this. And when you're doing, if you want to try it, death rattle for him, I recommend instead of hitting right at him, because the second heavy comes faster than the first. So what I recommend is hitting back and then forward, following up with a kick. Try to get them parries down too. You're gonna need them. You won't be able to get the grab off a parry as Nobushi though, just because the length of your staff. Now, even though you can't get the grabs off your parries, you're almost guaranteed a heavy when you get the parries down, so I recommend you go for it. Now one of the tricks with hidden stances, you can literally dodge a opponent's heavy flying at you if you time it just right. Now you'll see a lot of Nobushi spam this. Just note the direction they are dodging is the direction the heavy output is going to be the opposite direction from where they're dodging. My parry timing is trash with Nobushi, Jesus. Now, one of the many tips I recommend of Nobushi is if you're going offensive, you're going to need to do light pokes a lot, and a lot of this. Now, note that if you're playing offensive Nobushi, you cannot get parried. If you get parried, you're going to get punished heavy. So, don't get parried first off. And if your lights keep getting blocked, then that won't work either. So, what you want to do is do a lot of hidden stance when playing defensive. Just hidden stance their heavies, basically, when doing defensive. I don't think it works with top. Yeah, it doesn't work with Raider's top. Occasionally, I guess, because I got him that time. But yeah, the timing. It's almost the same as timing you need to do to parry. what you gotta do if you're playing defensive is do a lot of punishing. Now I always use, what the frick, I keep forgetting the name of it. Where is it? Sidewinder form. I always use it to get my executions in a fight. I don't risk doing the heavy. Now, be careful when you're doing your zone faking, like I said. Now, as you see, what I did there was I did swift recoil, or whatever it's called, I keep forgetting, Sidewinder form, when he was, okay then, he didn't even have full bleed. But I did Sidewinder form when he was bleeding out. That's because your heavies go through the bleeds. Oh, my parry timing. Jesus. But I recommend if you're going to be an offensive Nobushi, make yourself a stamina build. If you're going to be a defense Nobushi, make yourself a defense penetration build. Now, with Sidewinder form, it opens up a lot of opportunities. First off, if you hit a Sidewinder or even miss it, it still gives you the opportunity to kick them. Thus follow up with it again. Note the kick timing, even if you kick before they do the heavy can still hit you, so you've been warned. Now this won't work on the average player, plus I think it's a little scumbaggy, so don't spam side form. But if you're expecting a heavy from the sides or an upwards heavy, you should be good to cancel it with Sidewinder. Now remember, if you're gonna do the offensive Nobushi, you gotta mix up your stances, like which way you're gonna swing and stuff. It really matters keeping it mixed up if you're playing offensive. As for defensive, it's not too hard. Parry, do Viper's Retreat a lot. No, that's not Viper's Retreat. Hidden Stance a lot. Then when they're out of stamina, punish them. Because you can punish them really hard for dodging one of those heavies. Now remember, Nobushi has trash stamina, so keep an eye on that. And you gotta have patience playing as this character. If you're in a rush, you're not gonna necessarily kill your opponent all the time. You need to pay attention. And even if you're just getting one poke at a time, that's still damage, and that's what matters. And the situation's pretty much the same for most characters. You just have to have patience and understand your opponent and let them come at you. Like for me, I have a lack of patience, so my parries are usually trash except when I'm playing Warden. When I'm playing Warden, I rely on parries. So I don't even know what this is, but it's hilarious. But yeah, that's how you want to finish your opponents. Get them that bleed, and then go for a Sidewinder form. I don't know why I keep forgetting that. So let me just show you me fighting this bot, basically, like how I tend to fight my opponents. So that was me basically playing offense. Now let's see me play some defense. Now, although it's defensive, you're quite offensive while in defensive kind of stance, because you have to punish your opponent. But no, you take a lot of damage from his from blocking his attack, so be careful of that. Well, I think I'm gonna end this video. This is basically just to get you started. In case you're wondering why I took so many hits there, is because I was checking my phone. But with defensive, when you're being defensive, you just gotta do a lot of parrying and hidden stance, because it's necessary. After you get a parry, you can immediately follow up with swift recoil or freaking sidewinder, whatever it's called. I don't give a freaking left testicle of a bull. Anywho, hope you guys enjoyed the video. I hope this helped you guys, and have a